Hi folks, it's a beautiful 10th of September, Saturday afternoon. I'm just about to start one of my favorite jobs, putting in firewood. So this machine is the heart of what we're going to use today. Old Betsy the wood splitter. It's got a Honda motor on it, 2-stage hydraulic pump, a couple of cylinders. One cylinder of course to run the wedge back and forth. And when I was building it, I wanted something that would help me lift a big block. So that table right there goes up and down, and I can roll a big block of wood on and just lift it up. I usually do keep it up in the air and just fill it when it's moderate sized pieces, but big pieces I just roll over to it and it lifts it up for me, and I don't have to bust a gut trying to lift monstrous blocks of firewood. So I split the firewood and then I throw it right on the trailer. I build a load, and then as soon as I get a load on, I unhitch. Actually, I just leave the wood splitter here, and then I run back to the house and back up to the woodshed door and unload every piece by hand and stack it. So old Betsy the tractor here is a 1948 Model 22 Massey Harris. And my father-in-law, who in 1975 was still my girlfriend's father, he was taking his family to Myrtle Beach one spring, and he asked me if I would go to the auction sale this was being sold at, and if I would buy it if it went for the right price. And he gave me a blank check. Imagine how trusting that was. He just signed it and gave it to me, and we went to this auction sale. Well, I can remember standing there with my hands in my pockets, nervous as could be, and the auctioneer couldn't get a bid. It didn't look like this in 1975. The rear tires were flat. It wouldn't start. It wasn't seized up, but it wouldn't start. So it wasn't much of a pretty sight. So the auctioneer worked and worked and worked, and I offered him $200. And I think someone else, if I remember right, bid $205 or $210, and I believe I bought it for in the range of $215. I wish I had the original bill of sale from that sale, but we don't. So anyhow, we bought that tractor, and my father was there, and he helped me get it going, and we got some air in the rear tires, enough to get it home. And hello folks, it's Monday night at 10 after 8, and I'm putting in the first load of firewood for the 2016 season. This is our woodshed. And as you can see, there's 2 rows left that have been in there. Oh, I don't even want to think how many years ago I put that in. And we generally burn from this wall to this wall to this wall, squared off at the doorway where the camera is there. A wood each here, and maybe just a little bit more stacked out in the hallway in the summer kitchen there. 99% of what we burn is sugar maple from our sugar bush trees that are immature or diseased or need thinning and a thin cut. So I've got, this is the first of the load. I just started unloading, and I'm going to put in hopefully 4 more stacked humongous loads, but I don't know, it might take 6 or 7 loads. Usually it takes 7 moderate loads, or last year I was able to do it in 5 and putting on huge loads in that poor old Fargo trailer that we use. Anyhow, these are the joys of living in an 1850s farmhouse with a wood stove as your main heat source. And my wife and I, we just love it. So the door behind me, where I backed a load of wood in before, I close now. I'll put a piece of plywood over the window, and where the camera is now, we'll carry it all in from another door across the other side of the summer kitchen or the woodshed in the back of our house here. And I'll stack all this in till it's full right to where the camera is, right to the top. And that's what we put in every winter. Well, it's Monday night at 5 to 8. And I just finished unloading the last load of firewood for this winter. What a great feeling. The woodshed's full from top to bottom with this sugar maple, all split. Every piece stacked in there. And like Mr. Weiss's woodshed, I try to keep it as tidy and neat as possible. Hope you've enjoyed watching this video. We look forward to seeing you again on Out of the House with Paul.